We are live. So right now I'm just coating our cookie pops really quick. I like to do a base coat, kind of almost like a crumb coat for a cake. So I'm just doing that right now with just some plain white melts. Don't want too much on there. Don't want it to be too thick or else it's not, it's too sweet, it's too much melts. So I like to kind of scrape it off, especially since, again, this is just a base coat. We're gonna add some more on top of this. But I just want to trap all those little crummies so it doesn't get into our final look. Just like that. 2 more to go. Okay. Oops. Missed the open side right there. There we go. This one wants to be stubborn. Sometimes there's little air bubbles that kind of pop after you're done. So you just got to check around, make sure everything is completely sealed. Now we look okay. And one more. Okay. And then we're going to pop these in the fridge really quick to set. Okay. And while those set, we're going to mix up our colors to get them ready for coating. So, because the white that I just used has a few little crumbs in it from the cookies, I'm going to keep using that for just coating cookies and not for our final. So I'm grabbing some more white melts. And I think I want them probably a little bit bigger of a bowl. Take these and start to melt them, but first I already started to melt this set. I'm gonna pop this in the microwave for a little bit longer, and we're gonna mix some color into this one. Okie dokie. And then just a reminder, because sometimes I get some questions, these are the melts that I'm using. They are the Ghirardelli white vanilla flavored melting wafers. And when I use the chocolate ones, it's the dark chocolate. And then for colors, just like last week, if you saw my Hot Chocolate Bomb live, I'm using these Roll Cum Lumo powders, and these actually do glow under black light, which is really fun, but they also have just a really nice color and they mix really well into the melts. Okay, let's see how this looks. Still needs to be a little bit warmer. It's still a little bit thick. Another 10 to 15 seconds. Okay, and then after that, I'm going to pop these in there. Hello, how are you today? And I'm gonna carefully open, oh, there we go. These Lumo powders are literally packed right to the top, so I gotta be really careful opening them. Okay, grab that. Give me a good stir. See if all the little pieces are melted. Looks like there might still be a chunk or two in here. Okay, maybe just for a little bit longer. Okay, and then I also have some pink, like the one that I made last week with the pink Lumo powder. And then this one, they call it purple. It doesn't look purple, but the color definitely looks a lot different if you just use a little bit in the melt. So I wanted to see what kind of color it's going to give us. They're a bit thick, so this is a batch that needs a tiny bit of vegetable oil. Usually Ghirardelli doesn't need the vegetable oil to thin it out a little bit, but for some reason, some of the white melts that I got recently are a bit thick when I melt them. So just doing a teeny tiny bit, and then we're gonna see how the consistency is. And also in the meantime, we're gonna melt that other bowl of melts that I already got ready. Okay, that looks better. Checking the consistency. I don't want to add too much vegetable oil. Okay, that looks a lot better. So to this, we're going to add just the teeniest, tiniest bit of this powder to start. A little bit more. Okay, let's see what this looks like. It's not quite purple, but it does have a nice, it's gonna be a nice contrast to the pink that we have, but I want to add some more of this powder. See if we can darken up just a little bit. I'm gonna stir those other candy melts really quick and continue to heat them. Okay, let's stir this in. I've been using the Wilton brand and it's been thick as well. Yeah, Wilton is definitely, that one is always super duper thick, so I always have to thin that one out. But with the Ghirardelli, it's kind of, it usually is pretty good about that, but like I said, some of the bags I bought recently are on the thicker side. But the vegetable oil works really well to thin it out. Okay, that's a nice color, especially when we contrast it with our pink that we'll be using. It's not, again, it's not quite purple to me at least, but I still really like these Lumo colors in the candy melts. I think they look really good. think that's mixed through. I'm also going to pop these back in the microwave before we start fully coating again. I'm going to close up my Luma powder because I don't want to spill it. Okay, we're also going to give these candy melts another stir. And also start to heat up our pink. Okay, obviously still needs quite a bit of melting, but you gotta stir it in between. Okay, and let me make sure while that's heating. Chat, don't want to miss any messages. Okay, hi Belinda. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for saying that you enjoy my videos. I truly appreciate that. Let's see. Those are very pretty colors. I bought a pack of, I think, 7. I don't have a link at the moment, but I can definitely try to add one to this live's description after we're done, because I always put it up afterward. And I believe that I bought them from Busy Bakers, I want to say is their name. I follow them on Instagram. And but there are a couple different places you can find them, but I will definitely look for a link for you guys. So I really do love the really pretty vibrant colors. Okay, we're popping our white melts back in. We're gonna give our little pink ones mix here. These are still pretty hard. Obviously not ready at all. And then like I said, before we start to coat everything, I'm going to probably heat these for just a little bit longer as well. It's interesting. It's kind of like a purpley pink. What do you guys think? I call it purple pizzazz. And then the pink one is, what's it called? Cosmo Pink. Okay. Let's move here. Okay. And melt a nice mix here. And again, because they are a tad thick, I'm gonna thin them just a little bit. Actually, I usually do like this little test to see if it kind of like falls back in. It does a pretty good job of that, but I think I'm gonna add a tiniest bit. Just a tiny bit, doesn't need much at all. Oh, I think I saw a message pop up. My apologies if I miss. I'm gonna try and keep checking the chat regularly. Yes, the colors are really pretty. What cookies are we gonna do? We're doing just simple Oreos today. But we're doing with a little Valentine's twist. Okay, this should do it. That looks beautiful. Falls off really nicely. That's what we're looking for when we coat it. Okay. Now let's grab our pink. Okay, and I don't have a lot of pink right now because I'm just going to use this one and probably the purple one as some accents. I'm going to do like a marble for the base of our cookie pops today. Okay, this looks pretty good. Maybe just for another 10 seconds or so to make sure it's warm enough. Okay, and then let me grab my cookie pops from the fridge. Okie dokie. Okay. Just got my pink. I'm gonna pop my purple. It doesn't need much, actually. It's still nice and smooth, but I'm gonna do it for like 10 seconds again, just to keep it nice and warm. Okay. This looks really nice. I'm gonna take a container, a little bowl, and we're gonna add some white as the base. Pretty generous amount. And I'm gonna grab my purple. That's not quite a purple, but I'm gonna call it a purple because that's what they call it. Stick. Okay. Shake that a little bit, and then we're gonna add a little drizzle of our light pink here. Finish a little bit more. Okay, and then the same thing with our kind of pinky purple color. Okay. Then we're going to take a stick, like a scribe tool or a cake tester, and we're going to give it a little swirl. I think I might want to add a little bit more of the light pink. And then a little tiny bit of white on top of that. Doesn't need much, just a little bit. Okay, that should be good. Once again, we're gonna give it a little swirl. Looks pretty good. Okay, and then we're gonna dip our first cookie pop. And the container, it's a little bit small for this, but we can make it work. Okay, and then I always tap it on the side like this. It's kind of marbly. Coat. Okay. And a little swoosh. I'm gonna set that to the side. I'm gonna put it back on my tray because I'm gonna help it set a little faster, but it has a little air bubble. but I need to pop. Okay, that should be good. Okay, next one. Okay, so I think because I'm using a smaller container, I'm gonna try this. Coat it like this first. And then we're gonna do a little bit more of the melts. To get our marbled effect. Okay, and then I want to coat the top of it. I want that part to look nice and marbled. A little the white that came in this one. That's okay, we're not going for perfect. It's still gonna work. Okay, I think I like coating it from top down better. So I'm gonna add some more white. And then, of course, we're going to do our drizzle of our other colors. And give it a little mix. And got a few little bubbles to pop. As I try and pop the bubbles and kind of give them a little tap if you can, just to try to get them to not be in your final look. And I've got 2 more to coat. Okay, there's a lot of the light pink and white are kind of combining a little bit. I think I need to pop this back. The pink one is starting to set. Just gonna pop all of them back in the microwave for a few seconds to get soft again. So they're starting to thicken a little bit. Let me check the chat, make sure I haven't missed any questions. You can never go wrong with Oreos, of course. They're always solid. I normally use a if you're talking about stuff like an easy thin or something like that, that's perfectly fine as long as it thins it out to a consistency that works for you. I know that there's a couple different products that you can use for that. What's my favorite thing to bake? Ooh, that's a tough question. I feel like it depends on my mood, to be honest. Sometimes I'm like really in the mood to make cookies, and then other times I really like to make cupcakes. I feel like as a whole, if I could only pick one thing, hold on, I'm gonna grab my melts while I'm talking. I would say at the moment cookies, but that kind of changes here and there. Like I said, it depends on my mood and what I have ideas for. It's usually like what I'm really excited to make at the time, like an idea that I got and I just really want to try it out. That's kind of what my favorite thing is at that moment. And I know I had another question. Oh, thank you. The idea, this is such a fun idea. My daughter helps since, oh yes, definitely. This is definitely a great project, like cookie pops and all this kind of stuff. Like this no bake stuff is absolutely perfect. I'm gonna pop this little bowl back in there for a little bit. Just make sure everything is nice and flowing. And I kind of like it's like also really pretty colors for spring too. I love working with chocolates and dipping strawberries and using edible glitter. Oh yes, for sure. I just made chocolate covered strawberries a couple days ago, and I always forget like how easy and delicious they are when you make them yourself. They're so much fun, especially when you add edible glitter and sprinkles and all that good stuff. Okay. Always got 2 more to do, and I think I just want to keep it with the whole marble thing just to continue having some fun with that. Making hot cocoa bombs. Oh yes, me too. I think my favorite thing about hot cocoa bombs is like just trying different flavors and especially different shapes. And I have like a whole bunch of ideas for different shapes that sound really fun in my head. So some of them are more complicated than others, but I still have some fun with it. Okay, we're gonna add some more of our white here. Thank you guys so much for joining today. I always love doing cookie pops. I would say cookie pops, hot chocolate bombs, and cupcakes are probably my top favorite things to make and decorate for content like this. Oh, that was a bit much of that one, so I'm gonna add a little bit more of this one. And a tiny bit more white. Okay. We're gonna give that a little mix. And it's time to dip. Ooh, that's our best marble yet. Get a little tap, tap, tap. I see some bubbles. Pop those. Go away. Okay. Some more bubbles coming up. I like to pop them before I set them down on the parchment paper if I can, because it ends up getting a little bit smoother than if I put it on the parchment paper and then try and pop them and deal with them like that. These ones want to be stubborn. There we are. Candy melt started to set a little bit, so I'm going to see if doing a little bit of our kitchen torch will help that. But we're going to put some stuff on top of these, so no worries. Okay, and then our final one here. It's a chilly day. These are setting kind of fast. You know what? Let's just dip it and see what happens. But I'm going to do a little bit of light torch just to make sure it stays nice and soft. And then we're going to dip it. Awesome. Okay, I'm going to set that one on our tray. So we're all dipped and good to go, and now it's time to add some decorations. But first, I'll make sure I didn't miss anything on the chat. I'm trying to do sugar bombs with like flavored water packets. Oh, that sounds interesting. I think the only thing besides hot chocolate bombs I've done are the tea bombs. So I haven't done those ones, but those sound really fun. Just setting stuff aside so I can get some in here. Okay. So we're gonna do a few different decorations. The first one is going to be, I think I'm gonna use this one. So I got little lips here. I have a little silicone mold that I got from Amazon that has a few different sizes. And we're gonna make it look like it's blowing a bubble. Super simple. And we're gonna stick that on top of our cookie pop. Which one do I wanna do here? Let's do this one. All right, so I'm gonna break off this little excess pieces right here. And also this one is bugging me. I don't want the stick to have stuff on it. Looks better. Okay. So with this, we can actually just lightly, oops, the sprinkle went flying. Oh my gosh, stay. Okay. So with this one, we can use our torch to just gently melt the top a little bit so we don't have to actually use any additional candy melts. And just a little bit over, just a tiny bit. Go right in the center, hit that. Okay, and then I think I want to try, no, I'm nervous it's gonna melt the lips and I don't want to do that. So I'm gonna add the tiniest amount of candy melts possible to get this to stick. Literally adding it onto the sprinkle. And then we're gonna put it right in, right like that. There we go. Okay, we're gonna let that set. And then once it sets, we can add like some glitter spray, something like that, but I wanna make sure everything sets first. We're gonna scooch that to the side. Next step, we're gonna do, I think I'll do some simple sprinkles. I have this mix of sprinkles that I did where it's a mix of 4 different sugar sprinkles. It's actually a Valentine's Day pack that Wilton offers. And I just really love the way that this color combo looks because it's purple and then like they're light pink, kind of like a darker pink and a red. And I love this look of the color combination. So let's grab, let's grab you. Okay, and with this one, let's see, do I want to do a drizzle? Let's do a drizzle. I'm gonna pop my white melts back in the microwave because they're starting to thicken up a little bit. And I'm gonna grab a piping bag. And if I can, I try to reuse my piping bags if I'm using it for the same candy melts. So I just barely cut the tip off of this one. Just a teeny tiny bit. I want a nice, really thin drizzle, not too thick. That looks good. Maybe a little tiny bit longer. I don't want it to set too fast once it gets on the cookie pop because I want it to be able to adhere the sprinkles. Okay. Let me check the chat, make sure I didn't miss anything. Sorry if I miss your comments right away. It kind of goes away, so I'm trying to make sure I stay on top of everything, and it looks like we are caught up. Okay, that looks good. We're gonna pop it into our piping bag. Candy melts in the tip, so I just have to kind of work my warm candy melts down here to try to kind of pop it up like that. Looks kind of funny. Come on. And we're flowing. Good. Okay. Just do a nice little drizzle right over the top. And then immediately add our sprinkles. To completely cover all of our little drizzle stuff on the cookie pop. It's extra right now, but we'll be able to shake off the excess. Okay, of course we're going to set this to the side to let it harden. Clean off our space a little bit. Okay. And for our next cookie pop, let's see, what do I want to do? Let's do this one. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do this one. I'm gonna grab some heart-shaped sprinkles. And I want to try to make it look like a cute little wreath. Using some confetti sprinkles. Okay, so we're gonna melt just gently. Just melt the top of this. Oops, but be careful your parchment paper. Just want to be over the top a little bit. Okay. That should be good. We're gonna grab some heart-shaped sprinkles. And it might be easier with my tweezers. Where'd you go? There you are. There's me. My dog's now in here with me. She's like, why aren't you paying attention to me? Okay, and then, oop. Flip. Remove you. Another one. And then I'm just going to alternate the colors. Hi, Lil. Okay, this is a little bit tedious, but if you saw my mini cake the other day, it does look really good when it's all lined up. It just takes a little while. That was actually probably one of my favorite mini cakes that I've done in a while, just because it did take a long time to be able to put all the sprinkles on it, but I just love the way it turned out. And then I did, since we're gonna have a little bit of time here, I did put up a tutorial video recently, and it's little cute ghost couples hot chocolate bombs. Okay. I can tell they're starting to set a little bit. We can do it. Which kind of red? Okay. Whilst we do this, how's everyone's day going? Nice and rainy here. I don't mind the rain. It's just when, like, I'm in California, and a few weeks ago we had non-stop rain where it was like flooding concerns were happening. So I don't mind it except for when it's that intense. But today we have a teeny tiny bit of rain back for the first time since all that flooding happened. Or all the, oops. I just realized I put the wrong color. No. Come here. There we go. I needed purple. I have to make that work. Okay. Now we do the white. Damn it. No. It's okay. We can smooth it. We can smooth it. Okay. Just a few more. Gosh darn it. More. Might only be able to fit one. Let's see here. Maybe two. We'll see. Try and squeeze this little guy in here. Okay, that's pretty good. And what else? I don't want to put, I'm going to put a heart in the center. Yay. That looks pretty good. Okay, scoot these guys to the side. With our next one, we're gonna do something with a rose. Because again, I have these cute little molds that I got from Amazon, and they have lips and hearts and roses. So I think I just want to stick a nice little rose on here. I think that's gonna look really pretty. Okay, get the rose away from the torch here. Moving, and that should be enough. Just right in the center. Okay, we're almost done with these. Let's see. What do you guys think? Should we keep the last one, which is arguably my favorite version of the marble, plain, or should we add something to it? Whether it's sprinkles or some of these cute little candy melt things. How do you store leftover candy melts? So I usually like to put them in either like a Ziploc baggie, or what you can do is like pour the candy melts onto parchment paper, let it completely set, and then break it up into little pieces. And I like to put it into a different bag from the candy melts, like the original candy melt bag, just because I want to keep it separate. But that's how I usually store it. Add just a little glitter. I like it. Okay. We're going to break off this little excess piece here, though. Very carefully. Let's see if I can kind of smooth this edge a little bit. Looks a little bit better. Okay, I like it. And we're grabbing our edible glitter. Where did you go? Ah, love it. Perfect little touch. Thank you. Thank you. I think that was Belinda. That was your suggestion. I love it. Just simple marble with edible glitter is perfect. And speaking of which, I think our other ones have set enough where we can add our edible glitter to those too. So let's pop this on and try to get out of the way. And we're gonna look at this one next. No more. There we go. So cute. Let's check back in. I can't talk today. Yeah, that's the marble shine. Oh yes. Perfect. Just like that. And a little shine to all of them. I think that just kind of adds a little special something. Okay, and then also we have this one that's now set. Okay, and then I think our rose actually might just be set enough to do our glitter spray. Love it. Okay, so that is all of our cookie pops. Let me get them down here so we can look at all of them. See if you guys can still see it. Okay, what do you guys think? Make it sparkle girl. Edible glitter makes everything better. Let me make sure I didn't miss any questions. This is time for final questions. Any other comments? Which ones is your favorite? Let me know about it in the comments. Thank you. My sister hopped in and said it was gorgeous. Yeah, I love doing nice little cookie sets like this. Because it's so easy to do a nice little variety. I don't know, I think I like all of them for different reasons, but I think these two might be my favorites. But I do like how all of them turned out. Last time check in the chat before we're gonna hop off. That was fun, thanks, I love all of them. Oh, thank you so much, Shannon, thanks for being here. And yeah, that's it for today. Thank you guys so much for joining. I think next week, same time, I think we're gonna be doing, trying to remember my own schedule. Love them all for different reasons, but the lips and the rose, yes, I love those too. Yeah, I think next week we might be doing something related to the caramel hearts that I made recently. But I will definitely let you guys know for sure what that's going to be next week. Besides that, I hope you guys have an absolutely awesome weekend. And if there's any storms happening in your area, stay safe. And I will see you guys next week. Thanks again for joining. Bye.